Good morning. I'd like to welcome everybody to the Bullish Network. Cashless Society Incoming XRP Coinbase Insider. You guys may be familiar with this that just happened a few days ago. Bank regulator taps Coinbase executive for number 2 spot. That brings me to Brian Brooks right here, who is Chief Legal Officer at Coinbase, who has just been appointed by the Treasury to top position within the Treasury Department. So that made me wonder, how is it that somebody from Coinbase can get top position at the Treasury unless there had to be a connection with Brian Brooks and Steve Mnuchin prior? And that is exactly what I uncovered right here. Steve Mnuchin and Brian Brooks and Joseph Otting all owned One West Bank together. And I'm going to show you that right here. This is top regulator taps Coinbase executive for number 2 spot. The Officer of Comptroller of Currency has appointed Brian Brooks, Chief Legal Officer of Cryptocurrency Exchange Coinbase, as the first Deputy Comptroller, the agency's second highest position. Now, Brooks worked at One West Bank in 2011 to 2014, the same bank where Treasury Department Secretary Steve Mnuchin and Controller of Currency Joseph Otting were chief executive officers. So Joseph Otting, Steve Mnuchin, and Brian Brooks were all executives at One West Bank. And he says that in this video right here at point 4. But I'm also recommending this video right here, guys. Coinbase Law with Coinbase CLO. Now, Coinbase sits atop a short list of the largest and most critically important companies in crypto, the status they achieved through a mix of product innovation and legal and regulatory compliance. As Chief Legal Officer, Brian Brooks is tasked with allowing Coinbase to continue to innovate while remaining within the good graces of government and regulators. So I kind of wondered, how is it that Coinbase has been doing everything they have been doing? Clearly, because of his direct connection with the Treasury Department. I think that he is their inside man for the Treasury. Watch this.
To talk about what happened, and was it his fault as Fed chair that he kept interest rates low for too long? He had a really interesting story about that, which was, no, actually, it's not that we kept rates low. We raised rates every quarter for 4 years before the financial crisis started. What it is that global capital markets had sufficiently changed that the Fed could no longer control mortgage rates, right? And that had to do with the fact that Chinese investors who, had come online and at scale right around that time were investing in American mortgage securities as a high-yielding but safe asset. And so that told me there was something else broken. The ability of regulators to control money flows wasn't what we thought it used to be. Then I left my law firm and I went with Stephen Mnuchin and Joseph Otting to buy a series of failed banks in Southern California led by IndyMac Bank.
Wow. Guys, that's the biggest mic drop in the history right there. That's Coinbase Brian Brooks saying that he purchased banks with Steve Mnuchin and Joseph Otting. Now, if you actually take a look at the Financial Stability Oversight Council, here's Joseph Otting right here, and this is the Financial Stability Oversight Council. This is one of the highest organizations in the Trump administration. It is also the heaviest hitters from each organization. Like, here's the head of the Treasury, Steve Mnuchin. Here's the head of the SEC, Jay Clayton. Here's CFTC, Heath Turbert. It was Crypto Dad. Here's Joseph Otting, and now he's going to be replaced with Brian Brooks. So you pretty much see what's going on here. It's plans within plans, clearly. Now, I also uncovered this, guys. Brooks worked at One West Bank from 2011 to 2014. The same bank where Treasury Department Steve Mnuchin and Joseph Otting were chief executive officers. He also previously worked as the executive vice president and general counsel at Fannie Mae. He was the VP at Fannie Mae. Brooks will also step down from the board of directors at Fannie Mae. So pretty much, guys, Brian Brooks is truly a big-time heavyweight. Now, there is a couple clips in this one right here. I'm going to make this video short, but there's a really good clip at, I believe it's going to be at there's one at 10 minutes that they say they've been working closely with the government, which is what the video is about. I'm here to tell you that they've been working with Steve Mnuchin the whole time. I will play that clip. What the hell?
But the story of that is that we wanted to be a more relevant market participant. We saw some market share bleeding offshore because there wasn't a U.S. exchange to trade some of these things, and we were comfortable enough with compliance. We did carefully consult with government actors to make sure they knew what we were doing every step of the way, and I think that was part of our secret sauce.
Bam. He says that's the secret sauce, that they were working with the government the whole step of the way. I'm here to show you that Brian Brooks is best friends with Steve Mnuchin, and that's his inside man, and that's who he's been working with the whole time. I will link this in the description, guys. I highly recommend watching this video. Now, announcing crypto startup school and instructors. I also got this from Brian Brooks, Coinbase chief legal officer at Coinbase, because if you go back to his page right here, 2020 will be a pivotal year for crypto regulation. I pretty much analyzed this whole Twitter page. Looking forward to participating in this great innovation from A16Z with a class on compliance and securities. Now, if you look up 16Z, guys, 16Z is Andreessen Horowitz. Andreessen Horowitz is one of the earliest investors in Ripple Labs. Now, announcing crypto startup school, Chris Dixon, general partner, Anderson and Horowitz, Ali Maya, investment partner, Anderson and Horowitz, Brian Armstrong, CEO of Coinbase, general partner at Anderson and Horowitz. Here's Brian Brooks at Coinbase once again. There's a couple more good names in here. Michael Jordan, Galaxy Digital, Jacob Horn, Coinbase. Here goes Coinbase Mafia, Polychain Capital. Also, there's some more Coinbase Mafia. Here's Linda Liu. She's the co-founder of ZRX. Also is, pretty much sits on the board of quite a few Coinbase ventures. Here's Paradigm, also Coinbase Mafia. So pretty much, guys, I'm showing you that all these players are working together and something big is happening. U.S. Treasury Secretary promises significant new requirements on cryptocurrency. Fannie Mae names 2 additions to its board of directors. Right here, guys. Brooks is the chief legal officer of Cryptocurrency Exchange. He previously served as Fannie Mae executive VP, general counsel, and corporate secretary. He also worked at One West Bank, Steve Mnuchin Bank. Fannie Mae has announced the appointment of Karen Kimbaro and Brian Brooks to its board of directors. Damn. Now, if you guys know Fannie Mae, this is a very big deal. Now, watch this. On March 19, 2009, a 7-member investment group, IBM Holdings, led by Steve Mnuchin, which included billionaires Christopher Flowers, John Paulson, Michael Dell, and George Soros, purchased the independent mortgage corporation IndyMac. Now, this is the same one that Brian Brooks said they purchased, IndyMac. Brian Brooks is also a partner in on this deal right here. So it shows you the history between Brooks, Mnuchin, George Soros. Here's Joseph Otting, also on the Financial Stability Oversight Council. The Financial Stability Oversight Council right here. And I showed you guys the board. This is the who's who. George Soros prepares to trade in cryptocurrencies. This really interesting thing about this, guys, is in 2017, going into 2018, when XRP was around $4 a share, George Soros actually came out and said cryptocurrency is a bubble. And then pretty much the market crashed right after that. And then 4 months later, April 2018, he announces he prepares to trade cryptocurrency. Guys, the whole time, they knew exactly what they were doing. They flooded the market, and I believe they're flooding it now. Introducing the Crypto Ratings Council. Here's Grayscale Investment. This is Glenn Hutchins right here. Here's Coinbase, Circle. Here's Kraken, Jesse Powell. Pretty much all the heavyweights, guys. The main point of this video is to show you how Brian Brooks is a made man connected to the Treasury, and how I truly believe there's about to be a new financial system implemented. U.S. Department of Treasury, a financial system that creates economic opportunities, non-bank financial and fintech innovation. And of course, here's Steve Mnuchin and Greg Phillips, who has joined Ripple. Now, come to find out, our inside man at Coinbase, Brian Brooks, is coming home to the Treasury. So I truly believe that Many status and regulation addressing the financial sector date back decades. As a result, the financial regulatory framework is not always optimally suited to address new business models and products that continue to evolve in financial services. So, it is important that state regulators strive to achieve greater harmonization, including considering drafting the models and laws that could informally adopted for financial services and companies. So basically, guys, there is a Treasury supports a 2020 vision for a cashless society. And Trump speaks of the 1K stimulus package. And you guys hear that they're saying that they want to burn fiat. It has germs. I believe they're going to implement 13772, and that stimulus package could be digital currencies, XRP. The bullish logo will come down right now. Smash that logo to subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you guys think about Brian Book's connection, the 1K stimulus package. Will it be digital? And also smash that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, the notification bell. You will be notified when I release a video. I thank you for your time today. Much love. Mahalo.